warm-up is done, sit on your mat, legs outstretched and together, feet pointing toward you. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, and bend at the waist and bend down. Try to touch your toes and try to touch your forehead onto the knee. And you feel like going further down, exhale, and each time you exhale, try to bend a little more further. Now we'll do Vakrasan, right leg over left leg, and place the right sole of your right feet on the mat. Right? So your right leg will be over the left leg, and then look back, give support by placing your right hand on the mat, look backwards and take your left hand over your right knee. Those who can't do that can just hold your right knee and hug it. The final pose, you are supposed to hold your left toe with your left hand. So the easy way to remember is, whichever side is your upper leg, that side you have to turn. Do the same with the other leg. So left leg over right leg and turn towards the left. Hug your knee with your hand and then place your right hand over your left toes. Look back. So this is a nice spinal twist. Keep the right leg engaged and stretched. So this is a nice stretch which detoxifies your body completely. So it is a great pose to do after maybe a night of binge eating, right? So it's a nice spinal twist and it's got plenty of benefits. Come back straight up. Now we'll do the cow face pose or Gowmukhasan. So bend your right leg, your feet should lie near your buttocks, right? So, and place your left leg the same way over the right leg. Both the knees should be in line with each other, one above the other. So from the back you can see both soles of both feet. So I'll just turn around and show you. So this is how the cow face pose looks from behind. Now take any one of your hand up, stretch it up. Take any one of your hand down. And finally interlace both fingers behind. Take care that the upper arm of the upper hand is always behind your ears and touching your head, right? So if you're not able to hold both hands with fingers interlocked, you can use the help of a scarf or a belt as shown, right? But keep trying. So here is the final pose. When you're in the pose, breathe in, breathe out deeply. Back must be always straight. You should not bend down, stoop down, or you should not bend backwards. You should always sit on your seat. Now, maybe try it with the other hands. Some people will get it on any one side much faster than the other, much easier. That's because we're always stronger on one side. You can always use the support of a scarf or a towel or belt. When you use a belt, make sure that it is not that resistant band which is elastic, right? In yoga, for such things, please use a non-elastic belt. A little more advanced way of doing this is, whichever leg is down, sit on that leg. Sit on that heel, right? That is the most advanced way of doing it. So here you can see my arms are always in line with my ears, close to my ears. So relaxing that I'm almost like, my eyes look sleepy. Now just do some viper movements with your legs outstretched and wide apart. Now relax by keeping your legs wide apart and placing your hand on the ground. Lean back a bit and just relax. It is important that you take restorative, restful poses like this in between your yogasana practice. Now we'll adopt the Padmasana, the Lotus pose, where you sit cross-legged but both your heels are touching your waist, right? So that cross-legged pose must be deep. You must pull both your legs towards your hips. If that is not possible, you can also sit in half lotus pose, wherein only one of your leg is on your waist, or you can use the Siddhasan, where your toes are in between your thighs and calves. Now this Siddhasan is really nice for those people who are prone to have very cold feet, cold feet and palms. Some body types have very cold feet comparatively, comparing to their whole body, their feet remain very cold, and it is a very uncomfortable situation. So they can, whenever they are sitting down, they can adopt this Siddhasan posture, which will greatly relieve that feeling and keep their feet warm, and also at the same time help their bodies in a variety of other ways. Right? So if you just wear a socks, you'll solve the problem, but you may not get as many benefits as Siddhasan can provide. Right? So you may either sit in Padmasan or Siddhasan, half Padmasan. I shall sit in the full Padmasan. Stretch and take your hands up in the Namaste position. And while you do so, inhale and do so. Now exhale and turn your torso to the right. Inhale, come back straight, stretch up, exhale and go to the left. Turn your torso to the left. Hold the pose, inhale and come back straight, again stretch up and bend down from your right. Inhale, come back up, exhale and bend to your left. Take care to keep your spine straight and not bend forward or backward. Now further that bend by placing your right hand on the ground and bending to the right, taking your left hand over your head, and now in the same way the other direction also. So you will get a nice deep stretch in your side body from top to bottom, right? Cartwheel your hands, inhale and come back straight. Slowly remove your Padmasan and viper rotation to just relax your knees and ankles. We'll come to our knees and do the puppy pose, right? So like child's pose of Balasan, knees and hips will be the same line in this posture, right? It should be like a straight line can be drawn from your hip to your knees, and then outstretch your hands and stretch down further and further, stretch forward and downwards, right? Until your chest and your chin or maybe even forehead touches the mat. So your chest must touch the mat. Okay, so your tummy and maybe your diaphragm, a part of your rib, is upward and not touching the mat, and all other body parts are touching the mat. Now come back up and go to child's pose. Remember that in child's pose, the important thing is that your seat must always touch your heels. Come back straight. Now we'll do some poses on our bellies. Interlace your fingers and hold your hands at the back. Stretch your hands. Do not bend them at the elbows. Feet together. Inhale and lift up your chest, and we'll go the snake pose. Right? So you can just see and observe for once how it's being done. And then try yourself. So once your torso is up, when you are in the middle, you're supposed to inhale and fill up your tummy like a balloon, right? And when you move to the side, you must exhale. So in a way, your tummy is helping you move. If your tummy is full, it acts like a balloon and helps you move. When you are in the side, just exhale and let it flatten. Right? While you relax, adopt the Makrasan pose, feet outstretched and your hands like a pillow, head to any one side and relax. I'm taking the left side now. As I said, it's very important to relax in between. Now let's just repeat. Torso up, inhale, legs also up, and move from side to side. Inhale in the middle, exhale when you're in the side. Just move from side to side like a snake. Sarpasan. Now hands down, legs wide apart. Turn to your right. Rest your head on your hands, which act like a pillow in this pose. Makrasan. Slowly push your body up with your hands. Now we'll do some poses on our backs. Lie down on your backs on the mat. Bend your legs at the knee and place your heels near your buttocks. Hands on the mat and lift your hips. This is Sethubandhasan or bridge pose. Your chin actually touches your chest. Now you may just lift up your feet on your toes and hold your heels. This will deepen the pose, help you raise your body further. You may also interlock your hands and lift your body further up. So this is the bridge pose. It has plenty of benefits which you can check out on my Facebook page. I will paste the link here. When you come down, slowly place your hips on the ground. Never ever in yoga you should never jump straight into a pose. You should always go step by step, and you should never jump out from a pose. Right? It should not be like a sudden movement. It should always be controlled and gentle. Otherwise, you risk many injuries, you risk muscle catches. In some cases, you may even risk paralysis. So, it's not worth it. Right? So, now next pose, hands on your back. Maybe you just interlace your thumbs, and this is we do for the support, or you can just place it on either side of your body. I like to interlace my hands on the back and lie down on them. It gives me enough support to lift my legs. So here I'm doing the fish pose first, touching my crown on the mat and lifting my chest and torso up. So this is the fish pose or Matsyasan. Important thing is we must give our weight onto our elbows and not to the crown. We should not give our weight to the crown. We should instead give the weight to the elbow. You can also try raising your feet. Matsyasan or fish pose. This is one variation. There is another variation which we'll go to in the subsequent classes. Now we'll do the hands up and legs up and the air pose. Padottanasan, moving version. Right? We had learnt Padottanasan. So here we just move our leg and hands like we are cycling. In yoga, you must always follow gentle, slow movements in such poses. So this ensures that the momentum and force is not driving, but every muscle is driving the movement. So you can feel the stretch in every tiny muscle in your body. And I think this is much more effective than the, when it is done in fast and furious motions. So in that your speed will give the force. So half the work is done by the speed, the momentum. So over here, your muscles, every muscle must do the work. So try the slow movement. More and more research is right now showing that slow moving workouts are very, very efficient. Now just raise your feet up and your waist up. That is the waterfall pose. And do leg circular movements with your leg, right? Up, forward and backward. You can just look at the screen. Each time I take my legs down, I'm not touching the heels to the mat. Do not touch the heels to the mat. So stretch up your legs, forward, upward, forward and bend your knee. Now hug your knees to your chest and lie down, relax, inhale, exhale and take up your head to your knees. If you hold your ankles, it will be even more easier. So this is the Pawanmuktasan or the wind releasing pose. If there is any stale wind that needs to come out of your system, let it come out, please, right? There is no shame in being human. Now we'll do the Markatasan, legs outstretched. So as usual, we'll do some spinal twists of Markatasan, legs outstretched to the right and head turned to the left. Hands can be placed outstretched and wide apart. Both the shoulders in the ground, left ear to the ground. Enjoy the pose. Great for your nervous system, great for your excretory system. So do the same on the other side. Again, knees should be on top of each other, ankles on top of each other, toes on top of each other. That means both the legs should be in perfect alignment. You can also fold your hands at the elbow and enjoy the pose. Just make sure both shoulders are touching the ground and your right ear is touching the ground. Now take your legs back up. Slowly place them down, wide apart, as wide as your mat. Hands wide apart, away from your body. Palms facing up and relax in Shavasana. Please do at least 5 minutes of Shavasana. 15 minutes is recommended. 15 minutes is actually the minimum amount. So head over to my Shavasana video and then there you can enjoy a guided version of proper Shavasana. If you enjoyed this practice, please consider liking, subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Comment me your feedback or if you have any doubts. and I shall try my best to answer each and every one of you. Thank you.